What's going on, YouTube Gardener? It's your boy Sydney from the Naked Gardener channel. In this video we're going to show you how to get some free mulch from the Lindsey Tree Services, and right here is their number. I'm going to put their website and their Instagram page down here below, but we're going to go in here and talk to Kelly and Lori, and they're going to tell us about some of their products and services, and towards the end of the video they're going to talk about some of the things that they want to highlight that most customers aren't aware that they provide, and take a little tour around the shop there and show you what they're all capable of doing for y'all. So let's get growing. All right, so we're over here with the Lindsey Tree Service. We have Kelly and Lori over here, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their company with all their products and services to provide. Now, how long have y'all been out here?
We've been over here since 2006, but my husband started again in 2000, and we were across the street. We had a store. We sold chimeneas, pottery, wrought iron furniture. We used to go to Mexico. Well, we'd go to Laredo and pick it up.
Oh, okay. Way down south.
Way down south.
Oh, okay. And how long have your husband been doing tree services?
He started back in the 70s. He started helping with his grandmother at her house. Cut. She had 12 acres on Oates Drive, so he started working with the trees over there, and then from then on.
Just then on from there. Okay. Now, y'all mostly don't cut disease. If y'all do cut a diseased tree, it's either dumped out. It's not in this mulch that people could come get.
Correct. The stuff that we trim maintenance wise, that all comes here. But the stuff that has any sort of significant issues, that all gets dumped at a different facility where we pay to dump, and that gets disposed of. So none of that's coming here to our location. However, could you say 100% that it's all disease free?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I use it at my garden at the house. So far, I haven't had any issues.
Okay. And that was one of the main things I was kind of scared when my wife was telling me about it when she was coming down the street here. She's like, hey, this place over here has free mulch. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I drove by here and I was getting it, and I was like, I was about to put it into our garden beds, but then I was like, well, I'm not sure where they get their trees from, if these are disease-ridden trees or what. So we'll just make it as a garden path to cover up, because we have very high clay soil, and then we had very bad rainy season this spring and somewhat summer.
You don't say.
Yeah. And so Mrs. Naked Gardener, she got mad because I was always tracking mud back into the house and stuff. So I was like, oh, let's put this out here so it kind of, that way it won't get too muddy. Now with y'all are not arborists. Y'all are more provide tree services.
Yes. Yeah, we do general trimming, maintenance, and removals. If it's something in a specified area where we need expert help, we have arborist friends in the business that we can ask certain questions of. But on a general maintenance level, we're just giving trees haircuts more often than not, keeping things out of harm's way, generally preventative maintenance, so ahead of this type of big storms that we've had recently, that you don't get as much breakage as some of the people who are less fortunate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this season has been horrible for our gardens and everything. Y'all use the chipper or shredder for y'all?
It's technically a chipper. It comes with our truck, and everywhere we go they'll trim the limbs and drag it out to the curb, and then that all goes straight to the chipper, and then that all comes straight here. Or if you want to have us dump it at your location, we can do that, as long as it's has certain access clearance issues, and as long as it's as much mulch as you were expecting, because our truck is relatively large and the pile would cover a 2-car driveway easily. So a lot of times people will do little neighborhood block things where they'll dump it at one person's house and everybody gets a wheelbarrow and they all go different directions. But
a block mulch party.
Yeah. That's right.
Have to come here. They can. Now, how would they go about contacting y'all? Do y'all have a website?
You can hit the website lindseytreeservice.com and do the connect to us forms, or you can call the office and ask about the free mulch. As long as you're within a pretty close area to where we operate, and as long as Tom says that there's access to dump it, and as long as it's as much as you want it, then we'll come dump it for free.
Okay. Now, what with y'all mulch, what do you see most customer use y'all mulch for?
I would say a lot of times for dog runs, chicken coops, just low-lying mud spots, just to kind of even out when you don't get a lot of sunlight coming through to the ground.
Yeah.
Just general floor maintenance. I mean, we use it in all of our gardens at the house, but a lot of playgrounds, a lot of community gardens, but mostly gardening is top of the list,
Okay.
and then different animal concerns, a bunny shelter.
A bunny shelter.
All kinds of things.
That's crazy. Now, the thing I like about their mulch is it comes in different sizes and everything, and so it allows the air to penetrate and the water to get through there, and it still retains the moisture and everything. And that way it's easy to break down. So that's one reason why we put it out in our heavy clay area. So that way during the year's time frame, it could turn eventually to good soil and break down. Not saying that clay is bad, because it still has some nutrients in there, but it's just
too sticky.
Yeah, it's just so heavy and compact. It's hard to let the roots of the plants
aeration is
and it's just like all of Texas. It seems like you hit is like very, very hard. What areas do y'all service out of Dallas Fort Worth area?
We are Northeast Dallas generally, but we do a little bit into a little North Dallas, a little bit in here, edge of Garland, a little bit into Richardson, but we have so many good loyal customers after all the years that we stay a pretty tight. We're pretty East Dallas every day.
Now, if somebody wants to get some tree trimmings, is that also like to trim down their bushes, trees, whatever like that? That's also on your website.
That's LindseyTreeService.com. There's a picture of our mulch pile on the front page so people can see what type of mulch it is. Sometimes the question I get most frequently asked is, is it the colored mulch, like the red,
And don't use that kind.
Which I would say, it's generally classified as tub ground mulch. So ours is straight from the field and it's not processed any further. So some people prefer it that way. Other people are expecting this manicured look. Yeah. And so when they see some of the twigs and the things that are in the pile, that might not be everybody's cup of tea, but it certainly works for 90% of the people. But it's not the manicured looking mulch. So on the website you can look and go down and see and zoom in and see if that's
they
that's
want
the
the
type
Martha
of
Stewart garden or the whatever garden people's out there and stuff like that. Now, y'all also do firewood, correct?
Yes. It's a cyclical kind of hand-in-hand process. So the tree trimming and removals provide us with local firewood, and then we also separate out the oak and pecan for local cooking woods. And then we also source in mesquite, hickory, we have apple, cherry, nectarine, peach.
Oh, wow.
Peach. Right now we have a little fig. Just depends on if you happen to get a fruit tree removal in the area. We have like a little local small stash of this or that. But a lot of the fruit woods and the other woods from South Texas will bring in. So now we have also post oak, which is hugely popular with the likes of Franklin Barbecue down in Austin promoting it as their wood of choice.
Oh, that's what they use?
That's that they use.
Now they got some good barbecue down there.
Everybody wants to be like Franklin, so now we carry that as a result of the demand of that type of wood. So we carry local oak as well as the elevated gourmet post oak. And so the tree service does provide us with that kind of cyclical process. And also pinyon is another thing that we bring from New Mexico.
What's pinyon?
Pinyon is pine, and it's basically used for fire pits to keep. It's the one that smells really good. The one that you don't cook with, but it smells really good. And it also is a natural insect deterrent. I wouldn't say repellent, but deterrent for sure, because they don't like that smell, but we all do because it smells so good. So whenever I'm out in the yard, even if it's the middle of summer, my kids are running around, we have the pinyon going all the time. And I'll tell you, on the days I forget to start a fire, I remember.
Well, and another thing I like about y'all, because y'all have some cedar mulch in y'all mulch there, and that cedar also helped kind of repel different bugs. And I noticed after we put it down that we didn't have a huge amount of mosquito biting us and being outside, so it makes us being makes it more enjoyable to being outside and stuff like that. It's bad enough you got to deal with this Texas heat, then you got to deal with these Texas birds, aka mosquitoes and stuff. So that's one thing I enjoyed about y'all using y'all mulch because I noticed of the cedar and other different types of wood in there and stuff like that. Let's see. Now, with y'all barbecue wood, do y'all have just chunks? What sizes do y'all have?
We
chips?
have a variety, and all the prices are listed on the website. But we have basically local stuff and gourmet stuff. So the local stuff is the oak and the pecan, and then the gourmet is the post oak, the hickory, the mesquite, and all of the flavors of the fruit wood. So we have it in individual log, half stack, full stack, quarter, half, and full cords if you really wanted a large amount. But any of our bags of chunks are all $25 for any of the flavor varieties.
Okay.
So the chunks are what most people use on the barbecue, unless you have unless you're barbecue life, then you want full stack, half cord, that kind of thing. Just depends on,
Now, do y'all
how many briskets are you cooking that day?
yeah, right. Now, we were talking about on the phone. Y'all also cater to the people doing those pellets. They want to do the little fancy.
Yes, we're branching out into a new domain. We are going to start carrying the pelletized. Probably start with a couple varieties, maybe just the oak and the pecan, and see, because a lot of people, while we all enjoy the barbecue culture, some people want that same result and they just want to hit it and walk away and come back and it's done.
Yeah.
So we're going to start carrying that probably within the next couple of months and just see what customers are into, but always trying to do new stuff within the wood, the cooking and new techniques, new products.
Now, what is you mentioned the tree injection? Is that one thing that you want to highlight about your company that most people aren't aware about it?
So most people know, you look outside, you see your trees, you need them trimmed, I had a broken limb, and that might be the extent of what you think your tree maintenance is. But a lot of the way that Tom puts it is, I spend a lot of money on vitamins, but I don't spend a lot of money on prescriptions.
Yeah.
So a little bit of maintenance goes a long way, kind of thing. So he suggests feeding twice a year, spring and fall, and we have an all-natural liquid compost injection that we do, basically extending from the trunk of the tree out to the edge of the canopy. That's about how far out the roots go in the ground.
That's the drip line.
The drip line. So he will do a 3-foot pattern extending all the way around. It helps with aeration of the soil, and it just gets them a good immunity boost. With the heat, this summer has been relatively mild, but when you're guarding against temperature extremes, the heat and the cold, just giving them a little immunity boost, and it helps them with their natural defenses against bugs, and
Is the prices on that also on the website as well?
Yes, it is.
Or do y'all have to do an estimate?
Tom generally does an estimate. There's some information about it on there, but depending on the first tree is $125, and then each additional tree is $25. So getting there is the majority of the trip charge, and then if you have 6-10 trees to feed, he'll just price you accordingly. And sometimes if a couple of them are close together, he'll just say, that just counts as one tree because they're proximity wise, they're sharing the same ground space. So inside the liquid
that they have.
And these are $10 chips?
Yeah, these are peach.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice size bag too.
I know.
And the big bags here are the $65 ones, and basically are all the big bags $65 ones, or okay? So it's easy to I just want 3 bags. I already know how much it's gonna cost. Right. And now, are these post oak?
They're smaller bags.
How much are these normally running about?
All of our cooking woods are all $25.
Okay.
So the pinion is $25 or $65. So the big bag is the $65. Otherwise, everything else is $25.
And then y'all got the hickory, and the hickory comes brought in, or the mesquite comes brought in?
Both of them.
Okay.
The hickory sometimes comes from East Texas, sometimes it comes from Oklahoma, just depending on, it's hard to find consistent people in this type of industry. That's putting it nicely.
Okay.
But yeah, we source it from different places. Most of the cherry and apple.
Nectarine?
Yeah, that's all came from Washington. It was our last supplier.
Oh wow. And got some cherry. Now, do y'all, I meant to ask this while we were in there, do y'all load any of the mulch for your customers?
Yes, we will. Depending on if you have a truck or something, just come in here and ask us, and it's a small fee, but he'll turn it on and we'll get you loaded up.
Okay. And then you got some more pinyon and apple, peach, and pinyon back there. Y'all get a lot of pinyon, huh?
Yeah. When we get a truckload, it's a 18-wheeler full.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and so then we try to bag up as much as we can, but it is also available in the log form.
Okay, and then out here, y'all.
This is our local oak section and our local pecan section. So this is where we keep all of our local cooking woods that we supply through the tree service. Over on here we have some of the bulk mesquite and pinyon.
And y'all, he's chopping the wood now.
All of the logs now, putting chunks down into the logs.
Okay.
And then this is where we keep our bulk pinyon. The corner pile over there is apple that will eventually be processed into bags.
Okay.
And then this whole back half is where we keep all of what we call the mixed hardwoods, which is just your everyday normal firewood. So we stock this and get it seasoned up so that it's ready to go in the winter, and people will call us. We do firewood deliveries, you can come pick it up. But this is your traditional everyday firewood, and we keep all of our cooking woods pretty much separated into different little categories.
Do people ever come and ask for those big chunks?
Yes, occasionally we do like little, what you would call chargers, a lot of times for weddings, a little circle cut slices for decorative purposes. Sometimes you get people, realtors, who want like pretty looking logs for a fireplace to be staged, so we'll give them something like these where the bark looks a little, not, you know, like the kind of manicured look of this type of log, you know. They'll want 3 logs like this stacked pretty in a fireplace.
And what kind of wood is this one?
I think this is, don't catch me lying.
It looks neat.
You know, I don't know.
It's almost look like a birch, but I know it's not birch.
You know, all I see most are words on the paper. I'm not in the field as much as I would like to.
All right.
So this is our abode.
Oh, good. Well, I thank y'all for allowing me to interview and talk with y'all, sit down and talk with y'all. I'll put y'all links of the Instagram page and y'all website down below. Until the next time, let's grow together.
Thank you.
Amen.